What's up, guys? SDM here. Welcome back to Living in a Bunker with SDM. Thank you for joining. So this is a quick, is it going to be quick? Beats me. A quick little tutorial, I guess I will call it a tutorial on lighting a stove. So it's going to be cold tonight. And please subscribe. I'm going to I started my channel up, so I'm working it. Now that I have internet, please let me know how it sounds, how it looks. I'm working with Vast, the company, to see if this is going to be something they're interested in or not interested in. So if it's terrible and you lose connection, blah, 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 let me know, okay? All right, so since it's going to be cold tonight, I brought this stove a while back. It's an oven stove. You can cook on it. Have a 5-gallon water heater that attaches to the side of it. I'm really happy with the stove. I want to say I paid like $250 for it. Came with everything. I just put a damper on it. Initially, I didn't know I needed a damper, which is this guy here, hopefully. Right? So it can adjust the airflow that goes up and down. It's pretty cool. Never put a damper on. It does clog it up a little bit more. When you have it completely open, like I had it open, that means that the damper wasn't there to control airflow. This thing was clean. As I'm putting a little bit more damper on it and controlling my airflow, it's getting a little bit more dirty. So just be aware. If you put a damper on it, Skeeter told me too, it might get clogged up. I don't think it's going to get clogged up to the point that I can't make it to the next warm spell next year sometime to clean up everything. So I'm not going to worry about it. So, check it out, guys. Stove. Or heater. You can't put anything on it because so Peter gave me this when I first started using my stove. You can use heating stones. I forgot what they're called, like oven stones, what they put around ovens, or those type of stones in replace of this. But it's just an iron rod, right? Very simple, nothing to it. So what I did is I saved boxes, like for water, for example, right? It's a cardboard box, which is pretty much paper, which is pretty much trees, right? So I cut off some corners on it like this. And you do have to clean this thing out, so you can see what it produces. Look at this. Look at all these charcoals. It's alright, it's for the video. So you clean it out. This is kind of the easiest way I found cleaning it. I know you can buy like the metal pieces, the shovels and all that, but you know, oh well. And also, so I have a little bucket here that I put all my ashes. And Ash, I learned this from Skeeter, of course, that you can use your ashes. If you're ever stuck like in snow, ash is a pretty good gripper. You throw some of that ash into your, like wherever you're stuck, works incredibly well in snow. Just letting you know. And even the charcoal there, you can break that charcoal down, right guys? You can break that charcoal down and make charcoal toothpaste. Charcoal is used for a lot of good things, so I will save that, right? And the black little pieces, I will crumble them up. Because on top of that, charcoal is also known as, let's say you're throwing up or have diarrhea, it doesn't stop. It's an antibacterial. So I guess bacteria can, I could be wrong, do your research, but you take the charcoal, you can take it in spoon form, and it'll clean your gut, and most likely you'll save if you drink some bad water or eat some bad shit. Just an FYI, charcoal. So I'm just gonna put the back in. It's gonna be chilly tonight. And that piece of wood I just used out, wood, you know what I mean, cardboard. And then I just start filling it up with little cardboard. So you're kind of like burning your cardboard. I'll just set it there. You don't really need to do this at all, but I have so much of it. Okay, now I'll just end up stuffing it with, that's right, wood. Pine. There's so many different wood that grows out here, trees that grow out here. You can get, I think it's 10 to 15 cords. That's right, cords. Mosquito would tell me it's not cord. Yeah, thank you, Skeet. Cord, C-O-R-D, for 15 bucks. The people, the people that cut the tree down, they have to set a few out there, and people can pick it up for 15 bucks, 10 to 15 cords. That's not bad. Just load it up. Again, I am not a professional at this. Everything I've learned has been pretty much through everyone I've talked to here, and just talking to people is how I learned all this. So pine, I believe it's pine. I believe it because it smells so good. Pine, right? These pine. So when you cut the wood up, like with an axe, tough crowd. Yeah, and when you cut it up, there's some pieces of pine, and I'll try to show you, but most likely if you're not gonna see it anyway. But these pieces of pine. Maybe you can see that. This little strip here is like all oil, and you smell it. It smells like pine sol. So if it smells like pine sol, it lights up very easily. Like you don't need no fire starter, and you just need something this small, right? Very tiny. So I cut it up a few because you don't really need a lot, right? So I would just grab this overkill, but showing you guys. Burns hot because it's oil. So I will grab something like a lighter, like that. I didn't soak it in alcohol or gasoline. The smell of pine, fascinating. All right, and just like look, and the oil. You can see the oil burning on this guy. Was that hard? Look at it. Was that hard? Not hard. The oil in the pine is incredible, and I breathed on it. You can light this whole thing with this. Look at that. Just pine, right? Stick it in here. I'll light up some of this other pine from here. It doesn't take much, very little. It lights up very fast. You can always streamline things by torching it or throwing paper in it to start the fire up a little bit quicker. Incense, a good way of starting a fire. If you have oil, right, like your old oil, if you do like an oil change, save it, because it is a good igniter, right? You need like hardly nothing of this, but in this purpose, I don't need to use it, right? Those are for certain things like pieces of wood that, or anything you might want to burn. Fascinating. So I just wait for it now. Check it out. Looks like something like that. And you just wait. You can also lightly blow. And you see the smoke coming out, right? So what that is this here, the damper. Make sure you turn it so it's open, so the smoke goes in that way. So you can see the smoke stop coming in. It will start going that way. You can see it blowing already. And you can always just slightly blow and even move some of these pieces, the very oily pieces, right? And I'm not a professional fire starter, but that's right. And you sit here and you wait. That's right. So while we leave that open, let the airflow go through it. You'll see. You can see what I'm talking about. This stuff here. The damper creates this. You can see all this. Look at this. It's pretty heavy, right? And eventually I will clean it out. Just not interested in cleaning it out now. So you can see we're gonna let that cook up. You can see it's a beautiful place. I've been working hard on my bunker. That's right. Check it out. Turn it this way a little bit. You see? That's right. That's pretty big. Just saying. So now that I have internet, I might be able to do something. Yeah. So that's the fire starting 101. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Fire will end up burning up and looking incredibly awesome eventually. I am your father. All right. Bye, guys.